Hello, Feral friends. Welcome back to Feral. I'm your host, Savannah Montana, and today we are going to talk about the life that you think you want is not the life that you actually want, okay? You want the life that it looks like, and yes, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the shit that we feed ourselves through social media. We think that that's the life that we want, and it's an illusion. That's what it is. Because the reality of what lives behind that life that we see on the internet is not really the life that it is. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about what that looks like. The illusion versus the reality of it, the copy and paste identity crisis that we all go through, and then the real alignment versus the performative goals. Okay, so we're going to get into it. We're going to go down the rabbit hole. We're going to do all the things that we don't want to do today because we need to do them. Okay, and the point of this episode is to decide if this is you or if this has been you, or if you don't want this to be you, then we're going to go through all the steps on how not to do that. Because I'm telling you guys all of this through my own experience, because I've done at least 90% of the things that we're about to talk about, if not 100 of them. Okay, so guilty as charged. Let's get into it. Let me tell you who the fuck I think I am. You got a minute? Wow. And before we do, quick little update. I haven't told you guys about my freaking 90s bowling birthday party. Oh my gosh. I had so much fun. Everybody showed up. Everybody showed out. The outfits were to the nines. I don't know if you've seen it on social media yet, but what a freaking vibe. Also, my fiance surprised me and brought in the camera guy last minute, had no idea, which was so clutch because I didn't have to take any photos the whole time. I did take photos, of course, and I had the old school, like quick snap Fuji old school Polaroid cameras. So I did end up using those, which I have not developed the photos yet. So I'm excited to see how they actually came out. But what a vibe. If you don't know what to do for your next birthday party, highly recommend bowling, as I've done bowling for pretty much every birthday celebration I think I've ever had. But also pick a freaking theme, dude. I'm a 90s baby, so obviously I went with the 90s theme because I was born in 96 and it was my 30th and everybody understood the assignment. So highly recommend. But yeah, it was the time. It was a time to be alive, and I'm super glad that I did it, and I'm sad that it's over and I just want to go bowling again. Actually, my buddy Miggs, he actually invited me to go bowling on Wednesday. They go bowling like every single Wednesday, but it's late at night and I never go. Anyway, not the point. What else? Any new updates? Oh, I just got off the phone of a Zoom call with my wedding planners abroad. What a situation. Actually, there's no situation. I think we're just not last minute. We're just changing our minds about everything. So, great. It's going to be fantastic. I can't freaking wait. Oh my gosh. My poor wedding planners. They're fantastic, by the way. Shout out to them. If you're ever getting married abroad or in Italy, please let me know because I will send them your way, because chef's kiss, couldn't do it without them. And also, can we get a vibe check going on in here? Because I'm feeling like myself again. And I don't know if it's the tan skin plus the spray tan that I got on Saturday. Loving it. Also the blonde. I'm more blonde and I'm more tan and I feel like myself. I actually look like myself again. Going through the phase of being pale and my hair darkening from not seeing the sun is just not a good vibe for me. It's just not a good situation and we can't let this happen again. Okay? Also, guys, ladies or men that have blonde hair and want to get it blonder, this is not highlights. This is lightning spray and sunbathing. Okay. So let the lightning begin, because it is the only frequency that I need to vibe on. Okay. Now let's get into the episode. You guys are probably sick of my updates. They're not even that important. Okay. Let's go. All right. So let's get into the illusion of it all versus the reality. What you're looking at and why you think that you want that life when you don't actually want it. We know the game. We know the system, okay? This is nothing new. We're watching social media and we're watching reels and we're watching other people's lives, and we're literally indoctrinating ourselves at this point, okay? We can't keep blaming everybody else for it. We choose what we watch. We choose what we pay attention to. We choose what we follow. Okay. And we have to be more intentional about it, because deep down, it starts to eat at us and it starts to stress us out. And then we decide, oh, my life needs to look that way because her life looks that way. My relationship needs to look like their relationship because that relationship looks like they've got it all figured out. And quick PSA, they don't. They don't have it figured out. Most relationships don't have it figured out, okay? That's the point. We're trying to figure it out. We're all just trying to figure it out. So stop beating yourself up and thinking that you have to look like the internet does, or your relationship has to look like the internet does, or your family and your portraits and your lifestyle has to look like the internet does. It doesn't. It doesn't. But if you keep feeding that to yourself, then you're going to continue to stress yourself out, and you're going to go on many paths to try to make yourself be somebody that you're actually not. You want the aesthetic of it all, right? So let's take a soft life, for instance. You see all the soft life, the soft girl era, and maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's what you think you want. You're telling yourself you want, or that's what you're following. Cool. Soft life, soft girl era. Let's go. Behind the scenes. Soft life is cooking. It's trad wife, right? I keep hearing this term trad wife. Maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know what that means. I want to think that it means being a traditional housewife. So what are the roles of a traditional housewife? Which I also think goes into the soft girl era, if I'm getting this right. I guess you could be a soft girl and single, but I don't know how that goes together, because I see that being more independent. But I won't dive into that with you guys now. Soft girl, trad wife, okay. Cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, taking care of pets, running errands, scheduling things, managing your husband, being the biggest one, I'm sure. Managing your entire life, every little tiny thing that makes it all look so great, and then posting it on social media, propping up the camera, doing the reels, doing the editing, postings, all the things. I look at some girls' social medias, and this is not a hit at these women on social media. I think they're badasses, but the work that goes behind the soft girl life is a lot of work. Soft girl life, to me, can we change it? Let's change it. Let's make soft girl life be, I do whatever the fuck I want, and my husband pays for it, and I just vibe out on the wind, dude. Like that's a dream. If your life is a vacation, that would be soft girl life in my mind. But I think that we see this aesthetic and we see this thing on the internet, and it's like, oh, we're in our happy place and it's all these things, but people don't realize how much work goes behind it. And maybe the girls who think they want a soft life, they get into the soft life and they're like, this is not what I signed up for. Take me back to work. Let me make my money. Let me do what I want when I want. This is a whole ballgame of things that I did not maybe realize. Maybe I didn't like it as much as I thought I was gonna like it. Does that make sense? My point is that there is so much discipline in that it might take away from what we see it as on the internet. I'm not saying that it's not a fantastic choice. And obviously soft girls are not lazy girls by any means. So don't get it twisted, fellas. But there is a lot of discipline that goes behind it. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of energy and effort. And maybe what it looks like when we see it on social or when we see it on TV or in the movies is not the reality behind it, because you have to be so structured and so on top of your shit and more regimented than it looks to the naked eye. And they're not posting the grind. Most of them that I've seen anyway, they're not posting all of the behind the scenes that they do. They're posting the fun parts that they actually enjoy. And then there's likely insane amounts of chaos in the background that none of us see, that only they see, that only they deal with, you know? Because let's be honest, we've talked about this before, Instagram is a highlight reel. Okay, we're posting all the great things, all the best things, all the things that we really, really like. And that's okay, we're probably gonna continue to do that. But no one really has time to record the grind or the hard parts or the ugly parts that they don't want the world to see, because they're too busy doing everything else at the same time. Take the luxury lifestyle, for instance. You've got badass females that are running the world, running companies, building their own shit, their own brands, but sales, X, Y, Z, super dope. On the back end, they deal with an insane amount of stress. They have teams. They have probably hundreds of people that work beneath them that they manage, that they're responsible for, that they're putting money in those people's bank accounts that puts food on their family's tables. That is a lot of stress. That's a lot of pressure. The luxury lifestyle that you see some women leading, whether they're married or they're single and running it on their own, that's a lot of pressure for one person. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of pressure. And it's a ton of maintenance. They got to look good. They got to play good. They got to go hard. They got to be on top of their shit all the time. Their calendars probably swamped, totally swamped. So on the aesthetic part that we're talking about, they look badass. They're on it like a bonnet. You're like, yeah, that's what I want. That's who I want to be. That's the life that I want to live. But behind the scenes, we don't think about how much pressure, how much stress, what they deal with on a daily basis, the maintenance. Even let's go with maintenance on just aesthetic alone, physical looks, nails, makeup, clothes, and not just any kind of clothes. When you're living a luxury lifestyle, everything is name brand, everything is designer, the cars, the shoes, you've got extensions, you've got a glam team, dude, which costs money. So you better make a lot of money. And they are, because they're the luxury lifestyle ones, right? But we see what it looks like on the outside and we think that we want it. But do we think as far to go behind the scenes of what it takes to even put that lifestyle on? I don't know. The relationships, and you can take this on the single side or the dating side, because we all want what we don't have, right? And the grass is not always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. So if you're dating, you better water the grass. And you're dating, what is this? We're in a yard. We're in a fenced-in yard now. We're watering the grass in the dating scene, okay? Because that's what's going to make it grow. In a relationship, water your little fenced-in yard, okay? Because you're going to make your relationship better. You can't always want what the other thing has. But in the dating scene, and I've seen this with so many of my single girlfriends, they want the ring, they want the house, they want the guy, they want the husband, they want all the things. There's so much that goes into that though, right? Ladies in relationships, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of compromise. You're flipping your whole world upside down because you're no longer a one, you're a unit with someone else, okay? And it might look pretty and cute and fun on the internet, but you're with that person all the time, every single night. Every day you wake up together, every night you go to sleep together, you deal with their pet peeves, their OCD, their icks and their this and their emotions and da-da-da-da-da. On the flip side, girls in relationships are like, oh, to be single again, I can only imagine. Oh, I could just do whatever I want, whenever I want. I can wake up when I want, go to sleep when I want, go out when I want, drink when I want, watch what I want on TV. Life's a breeze, yeah, but probably pretty lonely, huh? No one's posting that they're lonely and they're bored on a Friday night. No. And in the relationships, nobody's posting when they're fighting with their partner or when they're having issues with their partner's family members or when they're arguing over dishes, okay? So on the flip side, you're not seeing the ugly parts of those relationships. You're seeing the pretty parts. The single life, the pretty parts, the perks. The relationship side, the pretty parts, the perks. Both phases can be boring too, but no one is gonna show you that on the internet. There's very few people that will show you that on the internet, but we're probably not finding them because the algorithm's probably not posting them, so we're not getting the information that we need right now. And when someone does, we're gonna follow them, okay? One more illusion versus the reality, the body that everybody wants, right? Oh, she's so pretty and she's so this and she's shredded and she's ripped and she's hot, she's a smoke show. All these things, we see all the pretty pictures, all the professional photos, all the video footage, all the reels, all the glam, all the pretty stuff, sick body, great. On the flip side, unless you're following influencers who literally show you every single workout that they do, and we love them. But they're even behind that. I'll even use them as an example. Even behind all the hard work that they do, posting, being in the gym, sharing what they're doing in the gym, sharing how they're eating X and Y and Z, they are probably not showing the sacrifice on the back end because they love what they do. For someone watching them that couldn't give a shit about fitness or their health or sacrificing the time to spend the amount of time that those people do in a gym, the people in the gym really enjoy it. They made their career out of it. They love what they do. Not that there's less discipline in that, but they actually enjoy it. So it's a little bit different than the person who doesn't enjoy it. The person who doesn't enjoy it is going to see it as far more disciplined because they don't get to eat the cake. They don't get to eat the cookies. They don't get to go out. They don't get to drink. They have to drink more water and eat more vegetables and protein and stay in, maybe. There's a lot of mental that goes on with being fit and disciplined and driven to have the body that you want. Lonely nights, not eating the food that you want to, not traveling when you want to. You're so focused and you're so honed in on what you do to make that body the way that it is that a lot of people don't see on the internet. They just think, oh, this is easy, or they're probably taking something. I can't stand when people do that, by the way. When people assume they know what somebody's diet is or what their lifestyle is and just assume that they're taking drugs to look like that. No. I'm sorry, there's no amount of drug that can make a person look like that without putting in a pretty decent amount of effort. So I don't need to take it personal because I don't have some sick bod that people are dying to have, but I know my friends who do, and there's such a huge stigma around that. So if you're one of those people, just sidebar, don't say that because you don't know. And also, if you want, you can get into the game and you can start supplementing to make your workouts and your food efforts make a difference. So you can have that body, and then you don't have to just dream about it watching somebody's Instagram reels when you don't even know what the back end is of it. Do you want that as your reality? Do you want to work that hard for something? Do you really want the body that bad that you're willing to sacrifice your entire lifestyle, your entire routine, the way that you eat, the way that you function as a person to get it? Maybe not. And if you are, fantastic, you're going to be hot really, really soon. All in all, most of the women that we're watching, that we're seeing, we want the success of what their life looks like online. We don't really want that success. We want what that success looks like. We want to look successful. Maybe we don't want everything that comes with what it looks like. And maybe if we had the life that they're living online, we wouldn't last 30 days in their shoes, because there's so much more that goes into those archetypes and those lifestyles and those personalities that no one will ever understand, because we're not there. And maybe we're not meant to be there. Maybe not yet, or maybe we never were. But trying to do it when it's inauthentic to you is not the way to win. And that's not saying that you can't try it. Try it. Put yourself to the test. But don't force what's not meant for you either. And that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you less. And it certainly doesn't make you lazy. It just makes you a person who's chasing a life that you don't actually want. You just think that you want it because you're watching and you're feeding yourself information that's selling you on it, telling you that you want it. So be honest with yourself. Is it the life that you actually want, or is it just the validation that comes with that life that you want? A lot of us are chasing lifestyles that we probably couldn't actually handle in real life. And it's okay to admit the fact that you don't actually want her life. You just want her Instagram page. You just want the profile. You want the pictures. You want the aesthetic, which great for you guys. We have AI now. Most of the shit that we even see is made with AI. You guys, this is, it's getting out of hand. I can't watch us keep breaking our hearts on the internet. But I'm going to ask you again, like I have many times before, if no one could see it, would you still want it? Would you? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, but I want you to answer. Actually, answer in the comments below. Let me know, because I need to know. I want to know. Moving on, let's get into the copy and paste identity crisis. Do you ever notice how we're so quick to copy influencers without even questioning their alignment? Like if we just like what we see, we're all in. We're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. I love that. I love this. I'm that girl. I'm this bitch, whatever. And you'll just copy and paste it. But did you question their alignment, or did you even question your own alignment? Does it actually make sense for you, or are you only doing it and copying and pasting it into your own social media content or your algorithm because it looked good and it made sense for that person? Or did it actually make sense for you? Again, I can't answer these questions for you guys. I just am challenging you to ask them to yourselves. Because a lot of times, and I've done this too many times, I have created content that actually makes no sense to me. It aligns with me zero. I just did it because it was a trend, or that's what was hitting on the algorithm at that given time. So I jumped on the bandwagon. I was like, let's get some followers. Let's get some views. You know what? God has a funny way of laughing at you, because most of the time when I've done things like that, hits zero. My most intense moments on the internet have been totally random and 1000% authentic. People can tell when you're being real. So don't create content and don't post things that don't actually align with you or your personality or your view of life. Screw what your page looks like. Keep it authentic. Keep it real for you, because people know when you're being real. They know when you're being authentic. They know when your content is true. That's why they relate to it, because it's real. You're always going to win when you step into your authenticity. Every single time you will. But if you imagine if you created an entire page of content off of fake trends and moves and videos and clips and all the stuff that doesn't matter to you, one day you will burn out. You will burn out because it's not real to you and you're pretending to be somebody that you're not. And then it's all going to be wiped away, or you're going to delete it, or you're just going to hit a wall and you're like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I'm not even happy. I'm miserable. That is no way to live. You don't need to live that way. We love you. We love your life. We want to make it the best that it can be. You don't deserve to live that way. So don't shoot yourself in the foot now and create a whole fake life that you're going to have to rebuild someday. Let's just skip 10 paces and pass go, right? Create the life that's real for you. Like right now, we're seeing a lot of that girl culture. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's on everybody's freaking social media reels, right? That girl culture. All it is repurposed and repackaged shit. It's the same thing over and over and over. You're not evolving by doing that or by copying and pasting it. You're just rebranding someone else's life in your avatar. And you know exactly what I've talked. You've seen the same accounts with 1,000 different chicks, right? All their accounts are exactly the same. You're going to follow who you're going to follow because they're doing it and you like that person, and people like themselves, right? But we've seen the same avatar and the same lifestyle of a person across 1,000 different platforms. And it's weird. It's just being the same. And it's cool if it's authentic to them. But if it's not, and they're just copying and pasting it because it worked for somebody else, then what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Another big one that I'm guilty of, you guys know this by now, losing your personality to be palatable for other people. It gives me the biggest ick. It just makes me want to, it's so gross. It's so disappointing. We have to love ourselves more, okay? If people don't align with you and what you're doing and who you are and what you say and your being, your energy, they're not for you anyways. But don't lose your personality and don't sacrifice your truest self to be palatable for other people. If you don't taste good to them and you don't smell good to them and they don't like the way you sound, they're not for you. Why are we losing our sense of selves for the internet or for people that don't even know us or even for the people that do know us? Why? Why would you ever do that to yourself? And I'm talking to me more than I'm talking to anybody because I have done it so many times. That's why I left it in my 20s. 30s are so much better already because we know what we're doing now, okay? So take it from me and don't burn years of your life trying to be a billion different people, even though you're probably gonna do it anyway, especially if you're young, because that's how we learn who we are. But if you can shorten that period of time and not lose yourself by pretending to be somebody that you're not, you're light years ahead, babe. Just promise me and promise yourself that you're not going to lose your true personality to make other people comfortable or make other people like you, because people come and go anyway. And if they're not totally obsessed and in love and supportive of the realest version of you, they don't deserve your time or your energy ever. And I'll never be sorry for saying that. And same thing to what I was saying before, the trends versus the truth. Guilty as charged. Doing things that are trendy to get yourself attention or to make yourself look a certain way online or to people who don't know you or to people who do, whatever. If it's not true for you, it's a waste of your time. And that's not what you want your life to look like. So who are you without a reference? If you need a reference to define who you are, then it's clearly not working because it's not the life that you are meant to lead. Don't do it for the trends. Stick to the truth and what matters to you and what's meaningful to you, and that will shine through. That's the life that you want. That's the life that's meaningful to you. That's the life that you were meant for. That's what you're portraying to the world, and it's worth it, I promise. Whether they judge you or not, whether they love you or they hate you, they're still obsessed with you, my darling. They are. And you have to believe that. So show it. This one's going to be hard to hear, and I'm not sorry in advance because it just has to be said. But some of you don't have goals. Some of you just have Pinterest boards. And I know this because I've been that girl. I've been the girl who didn't have goals. I've been the girl who was a non-player character and was just coasting through my life waiting for someone to save me. I've been her many, many times. But once I realized that that was me and that's the girl that I was that girl. I was like, holy shit, this is not the girl that I want to be. This is not the life that I want to live. I don't care what it looks like online. I don't care what people have to say. I am meant for more. I had to have that conversation with myself. And it's okay to be in the stage right now that you're not the goal getter. You don't have goals right now. You might not know enough about yourself to develop that kind of information. That's okay. And I don't care how old you are. I don't care how old you are. I really, really don't. Spend that time figuring out who you are so you can align with the person that you're meant to be and gather information to create goals for yourself. That's okay. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Like we said before, nobody's got it all figured out. And they're not going to anytime soon. That's kind of the point of life, this life experience, that we are here on earth because we don't have it figured out. So anybody who says they do is lying to you, okay? But maybe they have it figured out for themselves, then that's cool. That's their life though. That's not your life. And when you're spending so much time trying to be like that person or that thing that you see, that girl, let's say that's why you don't know who you are yet, because we become so consumed with what we see and what we feed ourselves and what's going on with everyone else that we feel like that's where we have to be. We have to do that too. We have to be there too. We have to travel there too. We have to have this too. We don't. Actually, we don't. You know how much I contemplate just shutting down my entire life, like electronically, and just living like it was the 90s? More times than not. It's scary often. But then I wouldn't get to hang out with you guys all the time now, would I? No, I wouldn't. And I don't want to sacrifice you because I love you very much. But seriously, don't try to be that girl. You're just going to lose yourself more and get further away from what you're meant for and the life that is meant for you. That is your job and your responsibility to create. And if you can drop one thing, just one thing, one small little teeny tiny thing that you're doing right now in your life that you know is actually not you and is not aligned with your truest, most authentic self, drop it in the comments below, because I would almost bet my bottom dollar on it that there are other women and there are other girls that are doing the exact same thing as you are, that has nothing to do with their true alignment at all. And if not, they're doing other things that you're like, holy shit, I do that too. Or maybe that something is real for you and it's not real for them. That's okay. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it in the comments below. And in these moments of doubt, I want you guys to remember that you're not lost. I know you feel lost and I know it's confusing and you're like, what is she saying now? You're not lost. You're just over-influenced. And you can uninfluence yourself or re-influence yourself or de-influence yourself. There's a lot of avenues we can go with the influence thing, huh? But it's simply just over-influence. And if you want the God's honest truth, half of us are living lives that we would never live in private. We would never choose those lives privately. And a lot of people look very different. Their life looks very different online than it does in reality. And that's the point that I'm trying to get across here. Now, how do we change it? How do we get out of this mess? What do we do? How do we see it? How do we uninfluence ourselves? How do we do it? Let's talk about the reality versus the performative goals. I want you guys to think real, true, authentic alignment here. If you're misaligned, it's very easy to tell because you're going to become very unhappy very quickly. Okay? Misalignment feels like burnout, feels like inconsistency, feels like self-sabotage, feels like a lie. It just doesn't feel true to you. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. And why are we doing anything? It's 2026. Why are we doing anything that makes us feel like not good about ourselves? That sounded so dumb coming out of my mouth because I mixed up so many words. Wow. This is my clueless moment. But truly, it's a dead giveaway. If you're misaligned with something, you know it's not for you. And if there's that little voice in your head that's forcing you to keep doing it and keep going and keep trying for something that your heart is saying, this isn't for us. Your heart's telling your head, it's like, this is not for us. Why are we doing this? This is stupid. We know that it's not real. We know it's not true. We know it's unauthentic. Can we stop now? Listen to your heart in those moments because your head is always going to make you do things that are stupid. Just dumb, okay? Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Yeah, that song. When she's called. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, listen to your heart. Don't listen to your head because your head is going to run you into more walls and give you more brain damage than your heart ever will. Alignment feels honest. It feels true. It feels like yourself. You're not forcing it. You're not trying too hard to prove it to yourself. You're just in it. You're in the groove. And honestly, coming from real life experience, especially where I'm at in my life right now, alignment can be very boring. It can be very mundane, very repetitive, sometimes you're like, why am I doing this? As not in a negative way, but like, this is so boring. I thought this was going to be so much cooler. But there's a huge part of you that knows it's a part of the process. And because you love that thing so much that you're working towards, that you're pushing, that you're building, that you're creating, and it's honest and real and true for you, that's how you know that it's the alignment. That's what it is. It may be boring. It may be slower. It may be the less flashy choice, but because it's authentic to you, it doesn't matter. You keep going anyway because you know it's what you want. And it's just, you're like, tack it on, dude. Tack on the boring, tack on the slow, tack on the mundane, because I'm going to keep going until all my wildest, craziest dreams come true. And it's so much more sustainable because you're not pretending to be somebody that you aren't, and you're being somebody that's true for you, and you're creating that new version of yourself from a real place. It's so much more sustainable. You're not going to burn out from that because it's not inauthentic. It's not fake. You don't have to try that hard because it's real for you. You're building a life that you actually enjoy living, not just posting it. You can post it too, but when you're so in it, you don't even care about posting because you're in it. You're so busy actually living it that you don't have to post about it. And you know what's sad about the posting thing, especially my fellow content creators? It can all just vanish anyways, or you do all that work and you get like 2 likes. Dude, I spent 3 hours on that post. No one even saw it. It's such a... Or you're like me and one day you wake up and you log into your TikTok and you're banned. Your account is gone and you did all that work for years and years and years and you just kissed 35,000 followers goodbye. You have no control over that. So what you do have control over is living in the moment and being present and remembering your life. And not feeling like you have to overdo it or overpost it or overcompensate for it because you're actually living it. You're actually experiencing it. You're in the moment with those people at those places in those things, you know, and you deserve that. Everybody does. But I think that there's a huge misalignment with everyone in the world right now, not just women. I think we're just harder on ourselves about it than men are, but with everyone in the world where we are watching what is going on online and we think that that's what we have to be. And I've had that honest conversation with myself several times. And if it's leaning towards the making you feel bad move, then just take a break from it, step away from it and start to feel yourself and spend more time with you and what matters to you, what aligns with you and your lifestyle and what you really want out of this life because you only get one. We only get one. You only live once. Everyone's like, YOLO, you only die once too. So let's make the living part count. Yeah? Okay. And I hate to break it to you, but the right life for you won't always impress other people. It won't. And it doesn't have to because they don't have to live your life. You do. You have to wake up in your shoes every day. You have to show up where you're going to show up every day. You have to be happy with yourself. They don't have to be happy with you, how you look, how you feel, where you go, what you do, who you're with. They don't have to do any of that. They don't have to be impressed by it. Impress yourself. Stop trying to impress other people. I don't care if you're posting it or not. Impress yourself every single day. Love yourself a little bit more. And if you find yourself continuously quitting on the things that you're signing up for or the things that you're doing or the life that you're building or what you're posting on the internet, if you continue to quit, it's probably not in your alignment. Because if you're quitting it, it's not your dream. It's somebody else's. We don't quit our dreams. We don't quit on ourselves. We don't quit on our dreams. We just don't do that. And you wouldn't ever, especially if you're already in it and you're already in the pathway of making those things work. Why would you feel the urge or the instinct to quit? You wouldn't because it's meant for you. If you feel the urge to quit, it's probably not meant for you. And I mean that in an incessant way. Like it's like, I start this and then I quit. I start this and then I don't keep up. I start this and then I'm inconsistent. I start this, quit, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. If it's like that, it's not meant for you. There are moments of when you're really into something and when something is meant for you that you feel like quitting because you're like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to work? Because that boring, mundane, on and on and on thing just keeps going. You're like, maybe this is all wrong for me. That's just because you're almost over the hump and you're just about to meet your dreams because it's just right on the other side of that, oh my gosh, can I actually do this moment? Very different things I'm talking about here though. So don't get it twisted. I just wanted to relay that information for you. All right. I have a game for us to play, and then I'm going to get to the questions and the confessions, then I'm going to let you guys get out of here. All right? Cool. Let's get into it. The game. Do you want it or do you want to be seen with it? I'm going to answer the questions on my end, but while we're playing, I want you guys to answer these questions for yourself. Okay? Okay. Capiche? We got it. We're great. We're good. Fantastic. Here we go. Private jet or peace of mind? I'm going to be the bad guy on this one. I would private jet. And I don't care if you ever see me in it or on it. I will delete my entire social media, every single account right now. Give me the private jet. I want to fly private. It's fantastic. I've only worked on private jets as a flight attendant. I would love to have one. Peace of mind or private jet. Give me the private jet. That will bring me so much peace of mind knowing that I will never have to get on a commercial airline ever again or deal with crazy people or miserable gate agents or TSA. I'm good. I'm good on it. I'm the bad guy in this one. Give me the private jet. I'll take it. That's going to give me my peace of mind. Next. I'm bad. You guys don't listen to me. Designer bag or zero debt? Easy. Could give a shit about a designer bag. Have them. Not cool. It's not that great of a thing. Zero debt. Luckily, pretty well managed with finances. I would take zero debt a billion, trillion, gazillion times over because when you have zero debt, you have so much money to spend it on other things. So you can go buy yourself that designer bag if you want. Zero debt for sure. High status boyfriend or emotional safety? Emotional safety. What are we even saying? What's the point of even having a man in your life if you don't have emotional safety? Status can come and go. If your status is that high, you've probably done something criminal anyway. That's what we see these days anyway, huh? No, I'm just kidding. There's plenty of really cool high status men, I'm sure, but give me the emotional safety. That's what I want. Viral moment or stable income? Stable income? What are you saying? Hello. Highest viral moment for me, over 17 million views, paid me $0 frickin' dollars. Big fat zero. I'll take the stable income. And like I said before, my TikTok account, I woke up one day and I was banned and I don't even know why. TikTok won't even tell me. So all the money that could have and would have been generated from the viral moment gets taken away from you in a flash, and there's nothing you can do about it because you don't own that. Stable income, baby, you own that shit. Dream body or freedom with food? That's a trick question because you can have both. You can have both if you do it the right way. So be honest. Y'all hesitated on that one, right? Not just me. You can have both. That's a trick question. I want both. I have both. I can have both if I want both. Dream body or freedom with food? Both. Trick question. I hope you enjoyed the game. That's all I have. Where are we going? Questions. I love questions. Okay. I finally got the lifestyle I wanted and I'm still unhappy. What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. You wanted a life that you didn't actually want. We've all been there. We've all done that. Been there, got the t-shirt, okay? This is the t-shirt. I am making that a t-shirt. Actually, no one steal. You heard it first here on Feral. That's my next t-shirt. I'll drop the merch link just for you guys who listen to this episode because you're a baddie anyway for being here. You simply wanted a lifestyle that you didn't actually want. You just told yourself that you wanted that, or you fed yourself information that told you wanted that lifestyle. That's why now that you have that lifestyle, you're not actually happy. It was never authentic to you. It was never your truth. It was never your realist version of you. You got it. Now give yourself a pat on the back and be like, cool, got here, accomplished it, figured out that I didn't want it. I don't want it. You can change your mind. You can change your mind anytime that you want, my love. So go ahead now and change your mind and say, you know what? This isn't working for me. I'm going to go a different route. Now I know what I don't want. That's okay. That's really good intel because now you're faster and you're more equipped to figure out what you do want. Because now you know what you don't want. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you though. Just pivot and keep it moving. Why do I want things more when other people have them? Because it's a scarcity mindset. It's comparison culture. You want it because they want it. And because they want it, you feel like it's something that you should want. And it's maybe because you look like that person, or you're the same age as that person, or you have the same job as that person, or you're from the same town as that person. Doesn't matter. You're just comparing yourself to somebody else's life. You want it more because it looks good on them. It's like walking through a retail store and you see something on the rack and you're like, not cute. Whatever, you pass by it. Then the chick behind you grabs it and she's like, oh my God, this is so cute. And you're like, dude, I should have grabbed that and tried it on. You don't know. Maybe it looks hot on her. Then you go in the fitting room and you try it on and you're like, dude, what did she see in this? This is butt ass ugly. No, nah, not my jive. Start applying that in life, in real life. Just because it looks good on somebody else does not mean it's going to look good on you. And that could be with people, places, or things. You're just psychologically screwing with yourself. You think that it's more or bigger or better because somebody else gave it that value. You don't have to value things the same. You need to value things within your own self. Switch the psychology of how your brain looks at those things. You only want them more because you're telling yourself that you want them more because that person does. That's it. It's very simple. Now it's time to rewire. I keep quitting goals halfway through. Am I just lazy? No. You're not lazy. You just don't actually want what the outcome is. Because if you wanted the outcome that bad, you would keep going and you would keep pushing and you wouldn't give up and you wouldn't quit. It's not that you're lazy. You just don't want it that bad. You don't want it as bad as you think that you do or as much as you're telling yourself that you do. Because if you did, you wouldn't keep quitting. You wouldn't keep putting it down. You wouldn't keep giving up. You would keep going. That's okay. You're not lazy. You're not less. You're not unworthy of that thing. That thing just doesn't align with you, or maybe doesn't align with you right now at this moment of time in your life. So take that on the chin, accept it for what it is, and find something that does align with you. Maybe that thing will come later down the line, but perhaps you just need to realign with yourself and become a better, higher version of yourself for that thing to come in. And then you won't want to give up on it. Then you won't want to quit on it. You won't stop doing it because your mindset and your mentality has changed around that thing, and then you can make it come true and into your reality. But maybe it just doesn't align with you right now. That doesn't mean that you're lazy. You just keep quitting on it because you don't actually care as much about that thing as you're telling yourself that you are. It's one thing to say, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to go to the gym this morning. I'm going to go to the gym on Monday. And you keep saying it and saying it and saying it. Never go to the gym. You can't want it that bad, dude, right? Just saying. Last question. How do I rebuild my life after realizing none of it feels like me? You just need an identity reset. Reset your identity. It might be uncomfortable, but it's 100% necessary. What feels like you? Do the things that make you feel like you again. You know what they are. Keep it simple. Break it down. Write it in a list. Simple, stupid shit that makes you happy. Go for a walk. Hang out with your pet. Journal in your journal book. Dude, I can't with me. Oh my God. The bloopers are real. They're real. God bless my editor. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Go out for gelato. Go to a frozen yogurt shop. Take yourself to lunch. Go to a movie alone. Whatever it looks like. Whatever the things that are that you like to do. Spend time with friends. Spend time with your family. Cool. But mostly the things you like to do by yourself. Spend more time spending time with yourself. That way you can rebuild your life into the life that is actually meaningful to you. What makes you feel good? What makes you happy? What makes you your youest you for the world? It's okay that the life that you built for you doesn't feel like you anymore. The biggest and hardest part about that is being aware of it and admitting it to yourself. But since you got that far, you have already done the hard work. Now you just have to fulfill yourself, give back to you, and build the life that you want that is actually aligning with the truest you. All right, feral confessions, serving them up hot. Let's go. 1, I moved to a new city, got the aesthetic apartment. Kudos to you, girl. Got the gym routine, the outfits, all the things, and I cry every night because I feel like I'm playing a character. Well, that doesn't sound good. That sounds ugly. That sounds really, really not great. I would say get rid of those things then. And not all of them. I mean, you can't be homeless and you can't not go to the gym. But ask yourself what you did it for in the first place. What were all the things that you did that for? And then eliminate that thing that you did it for in your life and say, I'm not going to talk to that person anymore. I'm not going to do that thing anymore. I'm not going to follow X, Y, and Z. Or maybe I need to take a break from social media. Whatever it was that influenced you to create a life that made you that unhappy, step aside from that. And kind of like I was saying with the question above or before, give back to yourself. Spend more time with you doing the things that are authentic to you. You don't need to cry every night. You just need to give back to yourself and do the things that actually make you happy. If the apartment makes you unhappy, move to a different apartment. If the gym routine is not ideal for you, switch gyms or do Pilates instead. Fuck the gym, whatever that looks like for you. If you're wearing outfits that are not your aesthetic or not your vibe and you feel like you're literally dressing up and playing Dolly, then donate your clothes or go sell them on that, whatever that app is called, Poshmark, something like that. Sell the clothes that you don't like, get some of your money back and go buy yourself shit that you actually want to wear that makes you feel like you, okay? This is not the end of the world, but I don't want you crying every single night either. That's not good. Love yourself. I'm sorry that it sucks right now and it probably hurts, but you can reverse it. And none of these things that you mentioned are detrimental. You can literally change every single one of them within less than 30 days if you want to. So that's what I would recommend doing. Last, and then I'm like, we're gonna let you guys go. Can't talk today, clearly, if you guys only knew. I only wanted a rich boyfriend for the lifestyle, and now I have one and I feel completely emotionally disconnected. Girl, thank you for admitting that. You know how hard it is for women to admit that? Even though no one's ever gonna know who you are, doesn't freaking matter. I hear you, we feel you, we understand you. You only wanted the rich boyfriend for the lifestyle. Now you got it. And you're like, dude, this sucks. This wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth the sacrifice. You probably lost friends. You probably lost cool people in your life, independent decisions, cool things, places people think for a lifestyle that you're like, okay, I got the lifestyle. I'm actually super miserable and lonely and bored and unfulfilled because the aesthetic of it looked really, really good. And the reality of it was not what you signed up for. You're like, wait, I have to do this and I have to become this and I have to shrink here and I have to dim that and for the lifestyle. And it's typically what that lifestyle looks like. The whole purpose of this freaking episode. You didn't actually want that life. You didn't want that lifestyle. You wanted the way that it looked. And thank you for admitting it. Thank you for saying this, because so many women do, and we can't even admit it to ourselves. We really, really can't, but it's okay. At least one person can admit it. You're a badass. You get the gold star for the day. You're gonna have to bring this up to your boyfriend and say, this is how I'm feeling. I'm emotionally disconnected, X, Y, and Z. I thought that this is what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted. What do you think? He's either gonna support your decision to start making changes and realizing that your changes to make yourself happy are directly or indirectly going to affect your relationship with him, and not in a bad way. But he has one choice. He can either choose to support you and be with you and understand you, or he can choose the opposite. And you can remove him from your life. And I know that's a huge decision, because the lifestyle that you're living right now is probably super love comfy. But if you're emotionally uncomfortable, that's never gonna go away. No amount of weighted blankets or comfy clothes or stylish glasses or handbags or whatever your lifestyle is, I'm sure it's super dope. No amount of that is gonna fix the internal. The emotional, the disconnection, it's not going to fix any of that. So have a hard conversation with your boyfriend, with him, and say, this is what's going on. He's either going to follow suit and step the fuck up, or he's not. And if he doesn't, kiss him goodbye. Kiss him goodbye, because you can do better, and you always will do better when you choose yourself. All right, that's all I've got for you today, my feral friend. So just remember, don't try to live the life that looks good. Try to live the life that feels good, that feels real and authentic and true for you, because looks can be deceiving, and we've all seen it. You might not be inconsistent. You may just be misaligned. That's okay. But the life that is meant for you won't need constant validation. You've become exhausted because you're performing. You're no longer living, and you need to live your best and most fabulous lifestyle. So don't let what people say or think or act or post online deceive you, and don't continue to feed it to yourself to try to align with the things that actually don't align with you at all. Focus on yourself, create the life of your dreams, and give back to you so that you can become the best version of yourself. And you know that what's going on the inside is exactly what it looks like on the outside. Thank you for being on this episode with me today. I'm so happy that you guys could be here. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you have a feral Friday. You guys know what to do in the meantime. If you don't already follow the show, make sure you go and follow at Feral the Podcast across all platforms. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you guys have any questions or any feral confessions, go to www.savannahmontana.com and send them to me so that we can talk about them on the show. If you enjoyed this episode, if you're having fun, if you are a feral friend of mine, be sure to like, comment, follow, subscribe, give me 5 stars, comment below, go on the socials, go on the website, all the things. I appreciate you. I love you. I love hearing from you. I love seeing you guys. So stay tuned. Until then, stay feral, and I will see you guys next Friday. Mwah. Okay, love you. Bye. Tell you who the fuck I think I am. You got a minute? Wow.